Hi everyone, that's right, today is the best day ever.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
As you can tell by my t-shirt, I love SpongeBob. Has such a good message of positivity and optimism for a good generation that is right now socially engaged.
I'll never forget what my great Uncle Cletus said right before he was arrested during a Freedom March.
What was that?
It's where a bunch of people go walking down the street and...
I know what a Freedom March is, Patrick. I mean, what did he say?
And yes, I know, sometimes SpongeBob can be a little bit too silly, but maybe that's actually what we need in times of crisis. Something that lifts up our spirit and reminds us of what optimism is all about. So I'm really excited to get this one, so let's get into it. So today's episode is called SpongeBob Last Stand. Maybe you don't know this, but SpongeBob loves jellyfish. He loves to play with them, catch them, but he also releases them. So he's actually a very good example of what an animal rights activist is today. So now there's a new threat to the jellyfish in Bikini Bottom where he lives. So now it's time for him to defend his friends. Let's check it out.
Just 2 more minutes, Patrick.
Yup.
Look, here he comes!
Who?
Please show me your jellyfishing licenses.
He has a license with Patrick because, as I told you, he's a very respectful guy who is actually an animal rights activist, and he just wants to be respectful with the jellyfish. He doesn't want to harm them.
Isn't it great that these majestic creatures have jellyfish fields to call their home?
You bet. And it's highway convenient too, according to that big sign.
Big sign? I didn't see a jumping jellyfish. That's a big sign. Do you know what that means?
That if they go through with their plans to build this new superhighway through jellyfish fields, that every single species of flora and fauna that makes this place their habitat will be forced out of the ecosystem they have formed.
Which is why I hereby make this solemn vow to stop this so-called Shelly superhighway from ever being built.
So a very short remark. I think that what's happening right now is very important to analyze because we all have a motivation to act. Everybody acts because they have a motivation to do so. Nobody starts acting just out of nowhere. Many times actually when you enter to politics or to social causes, you don't remember why you're doing the things that you are doing, but it's always good to revise that one specific moment that trigger you to actually engage in social change. I think that what SpongeBob is doing is taking a very personal cause into taking an action. Now, there is a danger here because you, as a community organizer, as a social leader, many times you want to take action, but you have to revise and you have to start consulting with your community to know if the thing that you care so much about is something that you care about or is something that affects everyone. Because it's very dangerous to assume that your cause is relevant for everyone.
1,397? 1,398? Whoa!
Larry, you gotta help me stop the highway!
Can't right now, bro. I got about 4,098 more reps to do.
Just a small remark, Larry was one of my favorite characters of SpongeBob. I don't know why.
Mermaid Man! Barnacle Boy! Certainly with superpowers like yours, we can stop the superhighway!
So what's happening here is a very common mistake. Many times, actually, when we're doing activism and when we're trying to engage other people in our campaigns, we just tell them, for sure you can help me doing something, but we actually fail on explaining why is it important. We try to so much to ask for help without explaining why this is so important, why is it important for the people that we're asking help from. So no wonder why they have actually so much apathy.
I'm sorry, SpongeBob. I actually would like to help, but I'm just too busy right now.
Too busy doing what?
I'm too busy telling you.
No!
Actually, he's not wrong. When you're doing door-to-door or when you're meeting people on the street, people have other priorities than politics. So actually, it is very important for you to have summarized in 1 minute why this is relevant for the people and why they should act.
I just know that together we can stop that nasty old highway from going right through Jellyfish Fields.
You're not talking about the Shelly Superhighway, are you?
Yeah, why?
Well, because I'm actually in favor of that highway being built. I've already calculated how many new customers I'll get once it's finished. You can see for yourself in this whole series of charts and diagrams.
Mr. Krabs, didn't you see?
See what?
This! According to this plan, after the Shelly Superhighway goes through Jellyfish Fields, it goes right over the Krusty Krab. Hey, look, there you are, destitute, living in a cardboard box. Then it does sort of a loop-de-loop before going straight into the front door of the Chum Bucket.
What? Who approved this?
Here, SpongeBob did something right. Instead of just asking for help, he tried to explain why this is important for Mr. Krabs. And then Mr. Krabs discovered that yes, this might be convenient for his establishment economically, but actually it was a misconception. SpongeBob managed to make him realize that this was a bad project for him, for the business, for the environment, and also was going to benefit his arch nemesis, Plankton. So that's how you get engaged others. Not by asking for help only, but also to make them realize that this is important to them.
Plankton, it's Eugene Krabs here with... what's his name?
Even if I wanted to stop the Shelly Superhighway from being built, it would be impossible.
Why?
Because the whole city has already approved it. See for yourself through this conveniently timed flashback.
Order in the meeting hall. Now, all those in favor of paving over Jellyfish Fields and building the Shelly Superhighway, raise your right fin and say aye. Aye! Everybody else just sit there, quietly.
I like highways.
I like things that are super.
And I like saying aye.
So as I was saying, yes, there was a forum where the mayor consulted with the people, so that's good. But the thing that was bad is that this infrastructure project was not presented completely to the community. So even Mr. Krabs, who is now opposing the project, voted for yes, voted for supporting the project, but he didn't know what he was supporting.
We have not given up. There's still one citizen in Bikini Bottom who won't sit still in the face of this outrageous injustice.
Chum bucket, sludge bucket, highway flyway. Lily liver, pizza giver, mashed potato, kelp tomato. All we are trying to say is give Jellyfish Fields a chance.
So even when people are not paying attention to what SpongeBob is saying, actually he's doing all the right things and all that he's supposed to do. Now he's going and then he's acting on a campaign plan. He's giving leaflets, he's putting on pins, he built up signs, and I'm not sure if the people can hear the song, but they're already kind of prepare a message to deliver and try to engage other people. And what I like about this specifically is that yes, people maybe are not reacting to it, but I really like the message that SpongeBob is giving, and it's about persistent. It's about keeping pushing for change. And many times us in social causes will start a cause, and at the beginning we will not get all the attention and maybe we will not get all the support, but with persistence eventually people will turn around.
It's working, Patrick. They're booing the highway. Looks like our message has really started getting through to the people. Let's play another song with our hearts are open.
Well, one thing that actually he got right, his message started getting out to the people. Maybe it didn't resonate yet, but it started getting out to the people. I've seen many social movements and political movements that actually start with protests, and a lot of people go against them because they say, oh my god, these people are violent, oh my god, these people are just anarchists. But at the end of the day, it's just the beginning. You just get the attention, and afterwards the support will come if you're persistent enough.
Hey, wait a minute. This is one of our flyers. They're pelting us with our own pamphlets! What does this mean?
I couldn't tell you.
I'll tell you what it means. It means this.
It means you hate tambourines?
No, it means...
All right, you guys the highway haters?
Yes, but with good reason, sir. You see, without jellyfish fields, jellyfish will have to find a new home and...
All right, you two, you're under arrest.
What for?
Unlicensed use of a sitter.
This is so interesting and so relevant right now because actually SpongeBob is being arrested by something completely irrelevant to the protest. Number one, he has the right to protest. We all have the right to protest. But he's not being arrested because of that. He's arrested just because police is using its power just to serve or to oppress the voice of someone who wants to complain about something that is maybe important only for him, but maybe eventually is something that will affect the whole community. This thing that is being represented in this cartoon actually is something that happens on a daily basis everywhere, in democracies and in not democracies. This is not something that only happens in Russia, in Turkey, or in China. We saw these things happening in America. We see these things happening in Europe. So this is very relevant because we all have the right to protest. Many times people support causes that maybe are actually a detriment for themselves, but many times people actually just follow because they don't have all the information. Think of Mr. Krabs, and that's the reason that he was actually engaged on the project on the first place. And then many people will do what actually Mr. Krabs did. Once that they know, they will just go disappointed and disappear. But actually, I'm very, very admiring the effort of SpongeBob because he's not giving up. And many of us in social causes have used to take on the strength and many times actually just push the extra mile.
Squidward, look!
What am I looking at?
All the jellyfish who used to live in jellyfish fields are coming to Bikini Bottom!
Yeah, but for some reason, I don't think it's to distribute holiday gift baskets.
Chaos runs rampant in Bikini Bottom. That's right, folks. This is news reporter Ben Blenny standing in for Perch Perkins.
Hello, little boy. How about saying a few words into the camera about the current crisis?
Stop the madness! We need to give jellyfish fields back to the jellyfish. If we restore their natural habitat, then they will go in peace. And balance will once again be restored to our land. So what do you say, everybody? Will you help me?
No!
You're kidding, right?
Yes!
Well, all right! Everybody, follow me!
SpongeBob did something very good here. Look how the message has changed. Now, instead of saying, just help me, and asking people to join his cause without any context, he says, these are the consequences of your act. This is important. This is what we need to do, and then we will bring balance if we bring the jellyfish back to the jellyfish camps. And now you can join me. And then people actually join him.
Okay, everyone, say goodbye to the worst thing to happen to this town since 97-cent stores.
Good effort, Sponge Dope, but you can't tear up my highway. It's indestructible! Not if we have anything to do with it.
Larry Lobster!
That's right, pal, but that's not all.
Sandy Squirrel! Mrs. Puff! Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy! Patrick!
Shoo!
And Squidward!
Nope, that's everybody.
What is happening here is very important, and that's why Larry was one of my favorite characters. And it's actually, they managed to identify some certain leaders respectable in the community to actually rally up the strength in the community to destroy this horrible project. So recruiting those local heroes in the community is key for change to happen.
Harder!
Harder still!
You heard the little square guy?
Wait! I didn't count on all of you working together. My highway! Stop! You can't!
He didn't count on people working together, and many times people don't count on the strength of working together, but that is power.
Jelly, lelly, lelly, jelly, jelly, lelly, lelly, jelly. It's the jelly fishing song. Jelly, lelly, lelly, jelly, jelly, lelly, lelly, jelly. Everyone sing along.
Not many people know this, but working for social causes and working in politics is not the most gratifying experience ever. Actually, you will do a lot and you will get very, very little feedback. You will get a lot of criticism. Everybody is super negative, not only from the external world, but also the supporters within your organizations. So sometimes a little song like this is everything you need to lift your spirit.
Everyone sing!
Everyone sang along.
This is a great episode, and this is the first time I actually watched it because this is from a later season of the show. But this story is actually of persistence. This is a very good message because these things happen in real life. If you think of the civil rights movement in the US, the LGBT global movement, in the green movement across the globe, in, for example, the liberation movement in many countries that were under communism, those movements didn't have much support at the beginning. But people at the end ended up supporting those movements. So actually, persistence here is the key for success. I think that there are two main lessons from this episode. The first one we already spoke about, and it's about persistence. And the second one is about messaging and then actually how to engage others to join your cause. At the beginning, we saw SpongeBob only asking for help and not explaining how this was going to affect the lives of the people in Bikini Bottom. At the end of the episode, we saw a complete transformation on the message. He explained why this is important. He made people see how this was going to affect their lives, and he gave a solution, and then people rallied behind him. At the beginning, he used the same formula with Mr. Krabs, and also it worked. As I said, SpongeBob many times very silly cartoon, but sometimes actually has these very amazing social messages that can engage, as I said, a whole generation. But what do you think? Leave a message on the comment section. Maybe suggest to me what is the next cartoon I should be commenting on. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I hope to see you next time. See ya!